and there's people that just have too much chaos in their house and they would much rather come here.
Essentially, a tank was in the parking lot.
With Keller Williams, and we're at the Cherry Hill Public Library. So for all you avid readers out there or just lovers of literature, I can't wait for you to meet these three amazing women today.
So I'm Laverne Mann, the library director of this amazing library.
I'm Tierney Miller. I'm the head of Reference and Adult Services.
And I am Beth Bukowski. I'm head of Youth Services, which includes children into teen.
I think one of the big questions that a lot of people would want to know is, there's so much information, books, videos online. Why is it still so important for a community to have a library?
This is the ongoing challenge in this information age. There's a lot of things where people will have their library card for the community, but they will never set foot in the library because they have 24/7 access to our resources, eBooks, streaming video, music. And often when people are paying for a service, for audiobooks, for example, you can get that with your library card for free. We are really a community center. Part of our tagline here is the heart of town, and we really try to lean into that. This library has so many programs, services, events. In 2021, we have still some capacity limits, but we still had over 100,000 people visit us. And that is down from previous years where we've reached a high of 500,000 people.
500,000 people.
We were named, Cherry Hill was named, one of the top 10 busiest libraries in the state. And we're competing with systems that are the entire county. So people are still using us, and we actively try to stay relevant.
What has been some of the most successful events or programs that you've had?
We had an event this past summer. It was outdoors with, I believe, over 200 people at it for CNN analyst Ellie Honig. That was our
Cherry Hill.
Yes. And then another event that we had in the summer that wasn't huge. We had a smallish program on how to start a butterfly garden, and we just saw the kinds of things that happen here at the library that are so important, that are very difficult to capture online, which is people making local connections with each other. Friendships, sharing information, just the warmth in the room, learning.
We work with the recreation department, and we do stories in the parks, where we pick different parks in Cherry Hill, and we meet there and we do story time. And one of the things that we really liked about this summer was we forgot how much of a connection parents were making at our story times. Since we stopped having in-person story times inside, they weren't meeting, and I've seen so many friendships between parents. Another huge program that we're so happy to bring back this year is our Trucks is the actual name of the program. Like touch a truck, like fire trucks, police. One time we had large armored vehicles. Essentially, a tank was in the parking lot one year, and that just was like a mind blower. We wanted to figure out what it would be like if we let people come into the library and build tents and forts, and then read in the fort. So we created Family Fortnight. We have a story time. We make hot dogs and s'mores. And then the other surprising program is Mess Fest, which we did just because we figured, kids want to play in shaving cream and cooked spaghetti. It became so huge.
In our outdoor space.
Yes.
Youth Services is also the bridge for teens. We have everything from Dungeons and Dragons for teens, online gaming. We have a teen librarian, Jasmine Reel, who is just dedicated to teen services. And then we have amazing children's librarians. These departments are amazing.
It is a presence off the main road. It's a bit of a Cherry Hill institution. Do you have to be a Cherry Hill resident?
You do not. You do have to be a card holder in order to check out most of our materials.
You can be a resident of Cherry Hill, which would automatically make you a card holder. You can be a student in Cherry Hill. You can be a business owner. Lastly, you can pay it's $25 a quarter or $100 for the year to be a member of the library.
If you're not a card holder, if you choose not to have a card, you can still use the library in quite a few different ways. We have free public Wi-Fi for anyone who wants to bring their device. You can come with your computer, your tablet, sit down for the day and work. Same for using our public PCs, so if you don't have your own device and you want to use the internet, you don't need to be a card holder to use that. And you can also use our group study room, so if you have to meet with other folks, or if you have, say, a Zoom call, you can use those rooms and you don't need to be a card holder for that either.
The free Wi-Fi, I can't imagine how much But really, I mean, we just saw during, you know, really the heart of the pandemic, what Wi-Fi meant, what having internet access meant.
We're such an unusual place that we offer free computers, free classes with no payment because your taxes are your payment. But the bang for the buck is so much.
Has there ever been a book that was like the most requested that it's like, oh my God, we can't keep this on the shelf, everyone is asking for it?
That actually happens all the time, every day. This past year, our two most popular books were Cast by Isabel Wilkerson and, much to my joy, Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett, which also happened to be our selection for One Book, One Cherry Hill, which is the community read event that we hosted here in the fall.
Community book club.
Yes,
I
exactly.
love that.
So we hosted a number of talks, lectures throughout the fall.
The Shadow and Bone series by Lee Bardugo was a Netflix series this year.
Yep.
So everybody wanted to read the subsequent books. We also had Angie Thomas a couple years ago wrote The Hate You Give.
Yep.
And produced the prequel, which is called Concrete Rose, and that has been on the wait list for a long time and did just win a Prince Honor Award this morning. So we were kind of excited about that.
Laverne, Tierney, Beth, thank you so much. Cherry Hill Public Library in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
chplnj.org for all our events and fundraisers and information. Yay, Hillary! All right.
This has been another episode of South Jersey Jawns. Check out our channel, the JFK Living Team, and subscribe. This is Living JFK Living.